Appreciate it. Representing the Florida title agents, Shelley Stewart. Welcome, Ms. Stewart. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Shelley Stewart. I'm currently the Agents Section Chair and the incoming President for the Florida Land Title Association, which is the industry association for the state of Florida, which represents both the title insurance agent as well as the underwriter. We previously held discussions with Senator Bennett on this bill, and we'd like to extend our appreciation to Senator Bennett for spending time with the Florida title agent. Having said that, while we may have a difference of opinions in whether or not we support this bill and if this bill is in the best interest of the Florida consumer or not, what we do agree on is that this bill will dramatically change the delivery system of title insurance in the state of Florida. It is our opinion that the bill will adversely affect the Florida consumer as well as the already unstable Florida economy. It is our suggestion that you carefully consider any measure that will adversely affect the 7,000 plus agents in the state of Florida along with their employees. It is extremely important that it is recognized that the title agents are the delivery system for title insurance within the state of Florida. The Florida title insurance system is complex and unique, which is why it is very difficult to compare with other states. Further, this bill changes the current regulatory structure. Title insurance agents are currently regulated by the Department of Financial Services, and this bill would add additional regulatory responsibility onto the OIR for the Florida title insurance agents. As you know, the 2008 legislative session unanimously approved the formation of the Title Insurance Study Advisory Council. We would like to urge you to allow the study council to have an opportunity to do its work, report its findings before any dramatic changes are made in the industry.
Thank you, Ms. Stewart. Any questions for Ms. Stewart? Seeing no questions, representing Westcorp Title Insurance, Sam Bell. Mr. Bell waives in opposition of the bill. Representing the Florida Land Title Association, Lee Huszagh. Huszagh. You are recognized, Mr. Huszagh.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. A couple of things I'd like to point out. Mr. Parton mentioned the actuary, David Cox, who reported to the office or the Department of Insurance, Office of Insurance Regulation back in 1996, stated in his report that the title insurance rate was neither discriminatory nor excessive. He simply pointed out that probably the premium was higher than it should be, and it was somewhat subsidizing the settlement cost, but that the overall rate was in line with other states. The other thing is, Mr. Parton mentioned that our rates have not gone up since the early 90s, and I would say when you look at all the other insurance lines that he regulates, I wish you could say that about life and health and also casualty insurance. So the fact that our rates have not gone up at all, I think, is a plus, not a minus. I think as Shelley pointed out, the Study Advisory Council is doing important work. It would be premature to take up a bill like this prior to their making their recommendations to both the Senate and the House.
Thank you, members.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Bennett, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And as you and I had discussed earlier, you have a good reason for getting into the title business. And the good reason is one of the most profitable portions of banking. And I think that people in the mortgage business, they like the title business because it's one of the most profitable businesses they do. They don't have to compete for price. They hardly have to compete for customers. If you want to get a loan from my bank, you're going to use my title company. If you want to get a mortgage from my mortgage company, you're going to use my mortgage clearance. And unfortunately, every time you decide to change the registered owner, you're going to pay title insurance again. It is one of the largest rip-offs I've ever seen. I have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in title insurance over the years, and I do believe that somebody should be able to justify the rates, understand their rates, have some common sense to some of the reissue credits that they've done. And right now, when we've got consumers out here struggling to try to buy houses, to try to sell houses and properties and buy it, anything that we can do to bring some common sense to their rates. I think that we have a Department of Insurance that can look at these, make sure people justify the rates, and be able to justify the rates like they do for every other type of insurance. I know it's a tough issue. It's been around for a long time. And the easiest thing to want to do is say, well, geez, let's wait for the study commission. Haven't you all noticed in Tallahassee, the number one thing we want to do when we don't want to do something? Let's have a committee look at it. We don't need a committee to look at it. The consumers are looking at it every day. It's costing them money, and it's costing sales, and I would appreciate your support on this good piece of legislation. Thank you very much.